Alright. So, let me remember what numbers I assigned. I'm just going over the ones that you had on the quiz. I'm not going over every problem. So, just realize that. And let's see. We'll start with the A people. So, we'll start with 1 and 14. Yeah, you should have your homework still, so you can look at that. And where did I throw the calculator? There it is. So, number 1, let's see if I'm in the viewing window here. There we go. So we had 4x plus 7 equals 12. We're going to subtract 7 on both sides. A lot of you are not showing your work properly. You got to make sure you do. Oops, sorry, I should be dividing by 4 there. I'm getting off ahead of myself. And there was no rounding really to do on that. It just terminates at 2 decimals, so that's easy and not so hard. The other one for number A was 14, which is 217x minus 48 equals 367. Again, trying to teach you not to worry so much about large numbers. Your calculator can handle any numbers that not all numbers. I mean, it only goes so high. But it can handle everything. 415 divided by 217. And I get 1.9124. So the 2 is 5 or less than 5, I should say. Therefore, the 1's going to stay the same. So 1.91 would be the answer. Right. I wrote the 4, but really don't care about the 4. All we care about is the 2. And he is less than 5, so it stays just the way it was. The B people start with number 5. And that was 17 equals 9x minus 3. Again, you don't have to do this, but if you like to flip it around, my suggestion for flipping it around is to scribble out the number and the equal sign and move it to the other side. Too many people, when they move the 9x minus 3, mess up where the negative belongs. And that's just a bad idea. So we'll add 3 to both sides, divide by 9 on both sides, and I get that x equals 2.2222, lots of 2's. So that's less than 5, and it's just going to be 2.22. There we go. Questions on those before I move this? Wes. Hello, Wes. I'm over here, Wes. Turn your body. Turn your body. Thank you, sir. All right. The other one for B was 22. See if I can figure this out here, where this goes. It's about right there. So, 22. We had... This is one I know people... Because I was looking at this to make sure you finished the whole problem. And I know a lot of people got different answers to this. That's one of the reasons why I stuck it on there. Adding 16. I get negative 8x equals negative 8. Dividing by negative 8. 2 negatives make a positive, and it's just 1. We're not subtracting. I saw some people get 0 on this. I saw some people get 5, I think, on this. I didn't really look as why, but obviously that's wrong. C, people, we had number 9, which is 3x plus 20 equals 2. So I subtract 20 on both sides. 3x equals negative 18, and x equals negative 6. No rounding involved there. Stop me if you have questions. I'm kind of learning what kind of space I have here. That's not bad. That takes the whole width, actually. Also for C, we had number 18, and we have negative 3 plus 7x equals negative 4. This gives people a lot of trouble because they see the plus sign, and they're thinking, oh, I should subtract. Well, no, not actually. What I'm really worried about is that. That's a minus sign, and so I'm actually going to have to add. There's no way subtracting a negative is going to help. So I get 7x equals negative 1. Divide on both sides. 1 divided by 7. And I get negative 0.142. Another one where I'm not going to round up. And I have negative 0.14. Questions on that? And last questions for 2. And the thing you want to do over the weekend, same thing I was telling my cross-country kids in study all today. I said, do not just look stuff over. These are the 8 problems, since I'm giving you the answers to these and the work and everything. These are the 8 problems that you should do over and over again over the weekend if you're having trouble with this. If you did not get the right answer on these, okay, just watching me and going, oh, I get what he's doing. Oh, I get what he's doing. That's nice. That's not going to help you do any better on Tuesday's quiz. You have to do it. You can't just watch Tiger Woods and go, oh, I see what he's doing. Look how he's turning his hips there. Oh, I see how he's turning his knees. Yeah, I got this. I'll be on the PGA Tour next week. Right? That's not going to work. You can watch, but then you have to do. So you need to work problems to get better at math. You're not going to get better at math just watching me. So make sure you write this stuff down, and then Monday night, do a couple of these just to make sure you're on track. You have got to take care of these quizzes. Some of you are just going, oh, they're just quizzes. Well, that's not good, because these quizzes that I tell you about and plan for, and like 2 of them you had today, that's your main grade. I mean, they're tests. They're just small tests. And the reason I do that is to help you. Because one time when I taught text geometry out of that orange book back there that we haven't used yet, I was doing it more like I did algebra, and I would like do about a week's worth of teaching, and then I'd have a test. And I'd do about a week and a half worth of teaching, and I'd give a test. And another week and a half worth of teaching, and give a test. And I was killing people, because when you take a test, you got to know like 10 different things, right? Today, you had to know 2 things, 1 for each quiz. You had to know about angles, you had to know about graphing lines. Tuesday, you got to know 1 thing. You got to know how to solve 2-step equations. When they're pretty simple, all you're doing is adding, subtracting, and dividing, rounding a little bit. So that's why I do that, is so that you can really work hard on that, and you can do really well on that 1 thing each day, instead of having to prepare for 6 things at a time all the time. Now, you're going to have to do that every once in a while, at least on the midterm and the final. But I try to give quizzes mostly. The problem with that is that people just kind of blow them off. It's just a quiz. Not a good plan. You need to try to get 100 on every quiz. Work hard, get 100 on every quiz. You're going to have a great grade when it's all over with. Number 10, 6 equals 5x plus 14. Again, if I don't like the 6 on the left, I can scribble it out and move it to the right. I would not move the 5x and the 14. Too many danger opportunities. So 5x equals negative 8. Divide by 5, and x equals negative 1.6. Terminate, so I don't have to round it. Last one is 16. So we've got 237, another big one, equals 52x plus 735. Again, if you want to move it over the other side, you go right ahead. Subtract 735. And I get 50, let me write it here, I guess, see if I can fit it. 52x equals negative, 5 minus 8, 9, 6 minus 2 is 4. I better check that. 35 minus 237. Yep. And then I divide by 52 on both sides. Divide by 52. And I get 9.576. So the 6 is greater than or equal to 5, so that's going to make negative 9.58. Questions? Who has questions? Okay. Very good. Work those over the weekend. Be ready for that quiz on Tuesday. Oh, they gotta remind me. You see me forgetting. Miss Yara,